Well, good morning. You joined me in the very, very fancy B&B. This place is absolutely lovely. And the owners just come and said I could leave the bike here, go and look at the ancient ruins, and then come back, which is absolutely fantastic because it saves me putting all the gear on just to ride like 2 kilometers or something. So I'm going to figure out if that's a good idea or not, because I'll have to walk 2 kilometers there and 2 kilometers back. So I might say thanks very much, but I might just go and park. So anyway, I've just had my breakfast delivered. It's absolutely fantastic, and yeah, very good. Now, let me show you something. Now, the food I've been brought apparently is so dangerous. It has its own cage to live in, so let me just show you this. You ready for this? Okay, here it is. All right, I've been told to be very careful with it. Ready? Ah! 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 So yes, probably best I take that off very slowly and carefully with plenty of warning. And anyways, the plan is just to enjoy breakfast, and then I'm going to go and check out the Pompeii ruins. So there's the town centre just there, and there's my little courtyard thing. The bike's just parked there. Anyway, straight in, a little table, a little bit more waiting room, the bedroom where no magic happens. Very nice. Round here, little kitchen area, brilliant. And then in the bathroom, look at this, 55 euros a night. 55 euros a night, and we're in the centre of Pompeii. It's absolutely brilliant. Check this out. Ooh, lights in the mirror. Welcome back. Brilliant. I'm just outside the B&B. 10:28, which is fantastic because checkout was 10:30, so I am well on time, but I'm not on time for something else, so I'll tell you about that very shortly. Brilliant. Right, we are off to the ancient logical site of Pompeii. Now, bit of a tricky thing, and I can tell you this now we're going along. Basically, two funny things. One, when I ordered a pizza yesterday, I'm not entirely sure what I managed to say in Italian, but I got half a metre of pizza with no cheese. It was literally just dough and the tomato stuff and some olives on top, but it was brilliant, I've got to say. Actually really tasty, so I might order a pizza like that again. But half a metre, God, it's a good job I was hungry. Managed to finish this whole thing though. Anyway, we're here, we're in Pompeii at the moment. We're not yet by the archaeological site. Archaeological is the word we're looking for. Anyway, bit of a mix-up, right? I thought the ferry was tomorrow night. Well, technically it is tomorrow night. It's 1:30 AM tomorrow night, which means I've got to get on it tonight at 11:30 PM. So I was planning to just do Pompeii and make it to Rome, and then I was going to get a hotel and just look around Rome for the evening. Well, no, because I need to get on the ship today at 11:30 at night, so a bit of a mix-up there. And that's the problem with all these ferries that leave at funny times. I've actually got less time than I thought I had today, because I was just going to mosey around, freshen up, have a shower and stuff, which I did. English, yeah. Parking, yeah?
On the right side.
Okay, good.
After the grey card.
Yeah.
On the right side, and in the office is a €5 rate.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks very much. €5, but admittedly I did just save 15 euros on my yeah, that'll do. Very Italian. All right, stick it there, baby. just finished up at the ancient ruins. Amazing, and I didn't realise how massive Pompeii was as well. Anyway, it was amazing, and there are so many people sort of dead and frozen, and in the museum there's all these plaster casts of them, and it's just amazing. When you look at them, you can really imagine what people would have sort of been thinking, and you can see as well, like they had like the slave who died next to their master, and you can just tell the master's rich because the slave had all like belts on them, and the belts have like keys on them and stuff, and it's just the level of detail is absolutely incredible, and I don't think I've ever seen so much to look at. The only thing I wish they'd do is, well, one, I wish they tell people to open their eyes, and two, I wish they make it clearer at the start where you could get a tour from, and if you don't want a tour, what app you could get, because I'd say I got halfway round, realised I didn't really know what I was looking at because there's not a lot of signs that tell you. So you've got two options, which is to look at Google Maps, which has pretty much added nearly everything, or you can go back to the start and get a tour, or you can get this app, which is like you'll see if you go there and you wonder why everyone's on the phone all the time. They're not on phone call, they're listening to this guide basically. Oh, I messed that up. To be fair, as overtakes go, that's probably the best. It's probably the most Italian way to do it. Anyway, that is literally how they do overtakes in Italy, and I was not expecting that car to be pulling out, so I'm glad that was all slow. But anyway, Italy, honestly, I would say, although that looks bad, I have seen far worse. From trucks doing that to other trucks, scooters doing it to other scooter riders. I would say that was actually quite a tame overtake, to be honest. Scared the life out of me. I wasn't expecting that, but there we go. I thought I had one more day, but no, this is my final day. The next time I go to sleep will be on the 21-hour ferry that takes me back to Spain. So in a way, I'm looking forward to being sort of out of Italy and stuff, but it just feels like the trip's coming to an end very quickly all of a sudden. When I get to Spain, I think I've sort of said I'd do about 3 days across Spain, but we'll have to see what sort of ships I can get on. Can you just text and drive here in Italy? It doesn't make any sense. Oh my goodness, these roads are absolutely rubbish. There's not a single person on driving who isn't also texting. Like, look, this girl in front, no idea. Texting. Italian people, texting. He's texting. Maybe it's just not illegal here. Or maybe it is illegal, but they're all, again, thick. He's smoking, that's not bad. He's texting away. I just stopped at a petrol station because, well, one, I needed some petrol, and two, my rear tyre seems a little bit sad, so I'm just gonna put some air in. We've managed to get some petrol and put some air in the rear tyre as well. I think I've either got a very slow puncture. To be fair, it seems pretty good, but now the bike feels more at a height that it should be. If I find BMW Spain, then maybe I'll go and change it there, but there we go. Also, it's so hard to avoid any of these bumps. I'm really trying to move away from all the bumps whenever possible, but it's so hard to avoid them. What's going on here? Which lane do they want to be in? Pick a lane, any lane. Yeah, we are going to go past this, whatever this person's doing. Texting, that's my guess. Should we have a quick look? Texting, there we go. That'll be why. What can Italians possibly be talking about that's that important? Well, hello, we've made it to Civitavecchia port. I've just done about 339 kilometers. So yeah, I'm glad I have some earplugs. Very glad I brought some spare pairs as well, because I've been using them a lot more than I thought I would on this trip. So we're here at the port. I'm just in reserve for police visitors parking, so hopefully that doesn't end up being true today. But there we go. So we're 2 kilometers away from the port. It looks like it sort of zigzags, but I just wanted to say, quick update, I'm here. You've missed nothing. I've just been on the motorway with some of the worst drivers I've ever met in my life. So we are the Porto, so here we are in Civitavecchia, and yeah, you've missed nothing except boring motorways, really. So yeah, you've missed nothing. Let's go talk to this geezer. Hello, I'm going to Spain, Barcelona.
Okay.
Is this way?
21.
Okay, perfect. 21, yeah, thank you. Brilliant. Right, round here a bit. Yeah, Grimaldi, Barcelona, yeah, this is me. There's very little signs to tell you what's actually going on. Oh, I don't know, Big Leteri? Oh, I just want to pull in like... Oh, I don't understand. I just want like a waiting area or something. I don't want all this rubbish. Grimaldi, Barcelona. Yep, that's me. Grimaldi, Barcelona. Yeah, and then where? They're rubbish at signage here in Italy.
To the right.
Okay, and straight?
Front after the car.
Okay.
Another motorbike.
So this is it apparently. And this is the way. So I think everyone just sort of leaves their bike here, which feels weird. This does not feel right. I don't think it's those. That looks like a sort of business. So I think we all just sort of trundle over here. Gate 21, that's what the guy said. There's not much more to say or do, so I'll see you soon. Welcome back. It's much later now, but after many hours of waiting, it's time to get on the ship. Anyway, I'm glad to be out of the waiting room. It was not great. So the lady, there were 4 English people. One old woman would not stop coughing, so I didn't want to sit next to her. And then I wanted to go into this quiet, sort of dark area, but there was a lady, she looked like a prostitute. I am not convinced at all that that was a good place to sit, because she kept giving me the thumbs up. She had this really, really strange tan and this really strange blonde hair, and she did not look like someone you want to fall asleep next to. Well, oh, that bike stinks. Apparently we're going on now, but everyone's starting their bikes up again, so I'm just going to do what these Italians are doing. I'm sure they've got a plan. Oh, at least on this one, oh brilliant. At least on this one they actually put these little ropes down. Normally you just sort of thunder up that bump, and it's quite a bump. Oh, it's so slippery. I just went to put my foot down, and yeah, it's slippery. Come back, we're on the ship, so that's a good start. Quite a lot of GS's, and then there's a few Yamahas hanging around. Lovely Yamaha Tracer around earlier. Look at this guy, look at his suspension. Look at this guy. That's so funny. What could he possibly be transporting? It's like his whole house or something. Let the faff begin. And an orange. Yeah, I'll do the backups when I get to the hotel. Brilliant. Right, I'll stop the camera and I'll see you when I'm in my room. Right, we're back in the cabin. I found the beer. Here it is. It's called Ignuso. Ciao. Oh, wow, that tastes good. That tastes fantastic. It's a bottle from 1912. No, it's not. Anyway, let me give you a quick tour of the room. The cabin. Right, here you go. Door. Cupboard. Number 1. Number 2. Some drawers and some charging and stuff. And then shower, toilet, and a sink. Pretty much as to be expected with all cruise ships. That's basically it. That's it. And there is a nice window view as well. I can only imagine that'd be lovely in the morning when the sun's shining. So there you go, little window as well. So I didn't pay extra for that. It was just the only room left. So there you go. And apparently this is a club class room, but if this is club class, I'd hate to see standard class. Anyway, it's quite nice to be in the ship. And I've got my beer, I've got my crisps, got my water for the morning because you can't drink the tap water. You can't drink the tap water on the ship a lot of the time. Don't even try it. I think it would not go well. So that's it. Fantastic. We're on board, so 21 hours on here. And again, if you were on a ship and you expect you're going to get internet, you won't get internet, and it's going to cost you so much to use maritime signal to send a text message. So if you get free Wi-Fi, sometimes they give you like half an hour for free as a trial. Save it till you really need it midway through the journey in the middle of the sea. And of course you can pay for internet, but it's stupidly expensive. It's like being in Switzerland. You breathe and you've gone through your safety cap on your spending. So I thought I'd just give you a quick tour of the ship. I've got to say it's much nicer than Minoan lines that took me to Greece. So it's fantastic. It's a good looking ship. Let's go down for a little walk. Alright, these are all the things you can do on it. So it's got restaurants, bars, shopping, video games, show lounge, VIP lounge, wow. And some more stuff as well. Good morning. You join me, we're still on the ship. And I've got to say, I've been on cruise ships before, I've been on ferries before, but this is the first time I've ever felt one sway this much. So yeah. Just had breakfast. What a disappointment. Standard breakfast. Glad I didn't pay for business breakfast because there's no difference. I don't know what I was expecting, but all I got was one croissant and a bottle of water and a cup of tea, and that was it. And it's very European. I was expecting a bit more to it, maybe some yogurt or a fruit or something. But anyway, bit of a rip-off. But I have just checked my receipt, and this whole sailing for 21 hours cost me £149, including the cabin. So actually I shouldn't complain too much, because this is 10 hours shorter than the Spanish one, yet it's more than half price of the Spain to UK one. So this is actually surprisingly cheap. So that probably explains the rubbish breakfast. This is what you see out the window. Got the lifeboat bit. And then yeah, probably, and there you go. Well, hello. You joined me in a hotel, and well, I'm in the hotel bathroom actually. Now, when I got off the ferry, I just assumed, like every other town in the world, I'd be able to just go to the first hotel and ask them if they got any rooms, and they say yes, and in I'd go. But something's going on tonight in Barcelona, because the first hotel I arrived at, everyone was dressed in white, but not like wedding white, sort of weird linen. Anyway, they said, sorry, we've got no rooms. So I was like, oh, fair enough. So rather than drive around, I rang 6 hotels while I was outside that hotel. None of them had any space whatsoever. So I rang a hotel here, this one I'm in, but it turns out I rang the neighbouring hotel, but when I've actually arrived, it's shut and there's no sign of life, there's nothing at reception. So my only option was this incredibly expensive room, but it's 1 AM. I've just been on the ferry for 21 hours and I'm down to my last litre of petrol in the tank because the 2 petrol stations I stopped at just weren't working. They don't want business or something. So, but all a strange place, and I'm enjoying this trip, but I'm also looking forward to going home because it's all getting a bit weird. It's all getting expensive and the funds are running a little lower than they were at the start of the trip. Anyway, I'll give you a quick tour of the room and then I've got to go to sleep, although I have just been asleep all of last night and all of today, so I'm feeling weirdly awake for 1 AM. It's just, if it wasn't dark, then I'd probably continue on and I'd probably munch through, I reckon I could do about 200 kilometres, 300 kilometres, but all the petrol stations were shut, everywhere was so confusing, and this is the only place I could find. So this cost me, are you ready for this one? 112 euros. Oof. Okay, so this is 112 euros, and I've got to say I'm really disappointed. I was expecting so much better than this. You see, worn paint, here's the bathroom, bog standard, honestly. Smells really weird as well, like nobody's opened a window in ages, but for 112 euros, I wouldn't want all these weird scratches on my radiator, and the sink's seen better days. Here we go, random scuffs on the wall, weird trolley perfectly in the way. Those are my stuff. Single bed, was not expecting that, and the most outdated aircon system I think I've ever seen. So I've got to say, this is the most I've paid for a hotel room, and this is the most disappointed I've been in a hotel room as well. I'd expect to pay 40 euros, maybe 50 euros if I'm being really nice here. And I had to pay an extra 10 euros for parking as well. And I said to him, oh, it's only a motorbike, you just squeeze me in. And he said, no, I have to assign you a whole car space. So I'm in this huge space for just me. But anyway, I'm just glad to be in a hotel, to be honest. I could have happily done more, but it's a bit dark. All the petrol stations seem to be shut or lazy or something. So anyway. Oh, and I should say, I've got a balcony as well, but there's not much to look at. Let me just show you outside. I don't know why this place is so expensive. Maybe it's going to make more sense in the morning, but I'd expect it to be heaving out there, but let me just show you. So it's not even like it's a central location. Check this out. Just dead. There's literally no one. It's huge traffic square. No one around, nothing in the distance, so why is this place so expensive? Anyway, it was the only choice I've got, so good night. Well, hello, you joined me outside the hotel, and yeah, it was a good night's sleep, although it's a very weird hotel, very expensive considering it's so outdated. But anyway, it was the only option. It was hotel choice number 6. Anyway, let's get on the road, and I'll tell you a bit more about what happened last night. Nothing very interesting, but I'll tell you a bit more about what happened last night, and crucially, let's go get some petrol. Right, see you soon. Well, good morning, or should I say good afternoon, because it's somehow midday. So it was 1 AM, I didn't have a hotel. Wasn't not very tired at all because I'd slept basically all day, which was really nice because I was literally just sat on the ferry and I had no petrol at all. So I was down to absolute fumes. I've got no idea what I was running off, and in the car park at the hotel I've just got my fuel canister out and I've just filled up 1.5 litres, which will be enough to get me to this fuel station. So a bit of a funny, entertaining time. And then after I had breakfast, I went back up to my room, and there was a couple getting very jiggy in the room next to me. And I've got to say, that was one loud hallway. So yeah, that was a bit difficult because I've got the ferry booked for Tuesday. So there we go, all sorted. So I've got the ferry on Tuesday morning. So it's Sunday today. So if I can get about 350, 400 kilometres done today, that would be good. Right, here we go. Let's get me some petrol. Oh, he's waiting. He got angry at me for going in here. I went round to get out of the way, and then suddenly he doesn't want to go here. What's the point in this, man? Anyway, we're in desperate need of some petrol, so let's go do that. I never seem to do very well with queues because I always get the slow idiots in front of me who just sort of, like, we're not just talking like road queues, we're talking like maybe a shop or something. So I always get the slow people in front of me, and they take ages to do anything in life, and you just think, like, how do you get around? Anyway, they take ages, and then they finally get, and then I get to the front of the queue and I've got no one behind me, and I'm in and done in seconds. So I just, yeah, this looks good. This looks busy. This is a good start. Is it open? That's the real question. It's hard to tell, the windows are so tinted. Anyway, I'll see you soon. welcome back. I've got to say, I think that's one of the greatest meals I've had on this entire trip. I only went in thinking they'd do sandwiches or something, but I ended up having a set menu. Some sort of animal cheek, but it was, oh, that was amazing. And some potato as well, but they all did, all the meat selection was really weird. It was either like the loin of something, or the foot of something, or the cheek or something. There was nothing like a standard, bog standard steak, but that was absolutely delicious. I was just too full for pudding. I really did not want to stuff any more in, so I just said no pudding for me, thank you very much. So they reduced the set fee slightly for me because I didn't have pudding, which was nice. So I actually have a cousin and she's in Spain at the moment. Her and her husband Jake, who are sort of friends with Jake and obviously family with Debbie, but Jake and Debbie are touring Portugal at the moment on their Honda Africa Twin, and I'll slow down a bit so you might be able to hear me. So family wise, I'm not actually totally alone here in Spain, because I have family who are in Spain and Portugal. I think they're getting the ferry a few days later than me as well, but you know, as nice as they are, I can't, you know, I don't want to gate crash their sweet little holiday. So they're absolutely fantastic. They both work for the NHS. They're both radiographers. One's a higher level than the other. One can teach other people how to do radiography, something like that. Welcome back. I didn't think it could get any better, but it really has. This is absolutely wonderful. I would overtake this camper van in a moment, but they're the one doing the overtaking at the moment, so I'm just going to let them sort of crack on for a little bit, and I'm just going to stop and put the earplugs in. The first car park I see, really. Wasn't expecting a town. Hey, let's crack this visor open, there we go. So I've got no real idea what this town's called, to be honest, and if I knew I probably couldn't pronounce it anyway. But here we are. And then I think we've got to go around some big ring road, and then by the time we know it, we'll be back in scenic scenery again. And we're off. And we're off. And we're off. We're actually off. Fantastic. Bing bong bing. Oh, this is, oh, it's so relaxed here in Spain. Italy was mental. Spain is absolutely bliss. Oh, that looked very green to me. Sorry, officer. Again, I'm still not quite sure about foreign road position on roundabouts. It doesn't seem to matter, to be honest with you. Sort of, just make it up as you go along, really. There doesn't seem to be very much structure to it. Just going to have some water, stick some earplugs in, and I'll see you soon. Welcome back. Now, I've just stopped in this random industrial estate because it was really open and by the side of the road. And this way, it looks really grim, but this way, isn't that perfect? What an amazing place this is. I just love that they squeeze these little orchards in everywhere they can. So they're here, and then they're over there behind me as well. So I just love that anywhere possible, they're like, hey, should we stick a little orchard here? I just think it's fantastic. I don't quite know what they're growing. I can't really see, but anyway, I can't really see what they're growing. But anyway, I've stopped, I've got some water. I've got the earplugs in now as well. So I'm just going to get back on the road. But again, no real rush. If I see a sign for a castle or something, I might have a look.